Hey, this is Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. All right, I'm in, see that? Music City, Nashville, Tennessee today. And I've got an opportunity to speak to a bunch of lawyers about how we think and how we process and how we learn. These are important in the practice of law because we're in the business, if we're trial lawyers, of trying to educate a jury. It's important in my life because I'm always trying to teach and motivate and inspire, whether it's through a message like this or through teaching at church or through work as a trial lawyer, or for that matter, through parenting or grandparenting as we try to teach. So how people think is important. And it's got me dealing with some questions that are follow-ups from yesterday. So yesterday I spoke about joy, and I did it with a focus on things that rob us of joy in this life. I want to do a little bit more on that today. I'd like to contrast the difference between joy and happiness. Sometimes we confuse the two, and we shouldn't. Taylor Swift just played a bunch of concerts in Nashville and left a lot of people happy, and probably a lot of people with joy. But you could leave the concert and be filled with happiness and joy and have someone cut you off trying to get out of the parking lot, and your happiness might evaporate almost immediately. But joy is something that's more deeply rooted than simple happiness. And the joy that we talk about when we talk about being right with God and being in a right relationship with Him is a joy that goes beyond how the moment is and how you feel in the moment. Sometimes joy is a deeper conviction than your mood and your emotion at the moment. A good dose of chocolate can help with your happiness, but joy is something that takes deep within you, really a loving, right relationship with God to produce. That's what will put in you what Paul's talking about when he says rejoice. Have joy within you. Rejoice in the Lord always, because we can always find reasons that we're right with God. Think of it this way. If God is teaching us to love and adore Him, He does it by loving and adoring us first. So we love Him, John wrote, because He first loved us. And we know what love is. God has an unconditional love for you. You didn't earn it. You don't deserve it. It's simply a reflection of His character and your value as someone that He has made. And so when we begin to perceive that God has this deep, abiding love in us, we begin to understand that it's not just a love, it's an interest in us as well. He cares about our good. He cares about how we feel, but more importantly, He cares about how we grow to develop His character. Because that's what's going to give us the most fulfilling and best life possible. So when I think about joy and the importance of rejoicing and having a deep-seated joy, I think about what comes from knowing that you're loved unconditionally by the most awesome, greatest being there could ever be, God. That He knows your name, and that today He's got His eye out for you. As Zechariah said, you are the apple of His eye. And that's something that should give you a deep-seated joy as you experience today. If you need to listen to this message again, play it for some friends. Don't confuse happiness and joy. As my friend Wanda says, keep them separate. And that's your video thought for the day.